It makes it more inviting for someone who may find anime a little daunting because maybe they never grew up on it, but they know comic books, they know Marvel, they know Cartoon Network stuff, and it makes it easier for the normies to come in, and then we can convert them afterwards. So,
Yeah, I find it funny that you say anime's daunting.
well, see, for us, we've been into anime for so long. For a lot of people who are coming into it now, their exposure to anime is they may be familiar with Goku and Naruto and whatever their siblings may have watched, but if you're really into anime within the last 5 to 10 years, it's basically what have you seen on Netflix? What have you seen on Amazon Prime? Maybe your friend had a Funimation account and you were over to see it. Maybe you've seen something on YTV or whatever growing up. So it really depends. You don't really have to seek out anime anymore. It kind of finds you.
Yeah, exactly. But I also feel like I like you said YTV. People in like the US and the UK maybe not don't know what YTV is, or like Adult Swim with like all the animes at night. Uh, but that was also like an exposure, like my exposure to anime as well, like very very subtly. Like there's not animes per se. There are cartoons like Totally Spies, but it's very anime style. And people like my age obviously grew up with that. And so even if they're not really exposed to anime, like they have that background. And I think that even now, like obviously anime now is significantly different to anime that like came out like 5 years ago because everything's like seasonal now.
Unfortunately.
But fortunately, unfortunately, very debatable. But people who I would expect to be a normie are exposed to and like choosing to watch anime because it's so readily available now. So it's great. So like some of my high school friends that didn't expect to watch it were having like telling me about these shows and things like that that they've seen now.
I want to stay on the topic of anime, something that is very near
Yeah,
and dear to my heart.
yeah, for sure.
How did you come across anime? I know you said that like you've had family kind of like show you the ropes and show you conventions, but at what point did you really get deep and what does anime and manga mean to you today?
Oh God, what does it mean to me today? Oh, deep question. All right, so let's start with my origin story, my villain backstory. Basically, uh, my cousin, I was, funnily enough, because I used to have family living in the UK. He was like born and raised here. My cousin, I was visiting him, and because like as a young kid, you don't really want to be like where all the adults are, right? You don't want to hang out downstairs. So I hung out with my cousin who's a little bit older than me, and he just like he literally was like, come here, follow me. And I'm just like, what? He took me to his room and he's like, sit down. So I sat down. He's like, watch this. And he puts on Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and 64 episodes. I think I finished it in that week. I just wouldn't stop watching it. It was so good. Like I would literally just come down for meals and I would go back upstairs to watch it.
Wow.
So it was Full Metal Alchemist. And then he gave me his hard drive that he loaded like a bunch of TV shows and anime onto, and I just spent like that whole like year getting through it. So that was like my first exposure, like exposure. Kinda. Also, my elementary school friends in second grade told me that they wanted to play this game called Inuyasha, and I was like, I've never seen it before. So I was like, what the heck is Inuyasha? How they wanted to play it was like they wanted to like play pretend and be the characters. So then they were like, okay, I'm Kagome and she's gonna be Sango. And then I was like, what am I? Like, I don't know what I could be. And then they like they told me you can be Kilala, and I was like, what is Kilala? She's a nine-tailed cat, and I was like, what the frick? All right, so that was technically my first exposure to manga. Then years later, I found the Inuyasha comic in a different cousin's like bathroom, and I was like, what is this? So yeah, sorry, I kind of did the story backwards, but yeah,
Let's play Inuyasha. But I definitely did the same thing. I used to get straws from the lunchroom and run around school and do like the Iron Reaver Soul Stealer attack.
Oh my god, I haven't heard that in so long.
I was one of those weebs, and then whenever Inuyasha would get like a new move every season, or he'd get like a new sword upgrade, I would like be drawing it in class, and it's like, bro, you really should be focusing on school. Like you're 13 now, like you should kind of not be drawing anime characters in class.